Okay, so we're talking about supplements. And in this first video, I want to go over the good, the bad, and the ugly. As far as the good goes, it is awesome that we live in a day and age where we can get anything from all over the world that can boost our performance, boost our health and longevity that we may not have had access to, and we have the technology to extract those things from the plants. And so we have the ability to get just the right amount to optimize the things that we're going after. It's just like with food, how scientists have optimized our pleasure experience by extracting sugar, or in the drug world, extracting cocaine from the cocoa leaf. Well, we can do that with things that actually benefit us as well. And so that's really awesome. Now let's get into the bad and the ugly. And this has to start first with research, where it all begins. And there's one big factor that we run into when it comes to researching supplements, and that is money. Either there's not very much of it, and so the sample sizes can be a little bit smaller, and so it's hard to draw very strong conclusions from the research, or there's a lot of it because the company that wants a certain result is funding it. Now, there are things in place to ensure that that doesn't get too crazy, but probably the biggest thing to watch out for or to be aware of is that these companies will sometimes make scientists sign contracts that say that the company gets to decide if the study is published. So if something is either found to be wrong or just there's no result that they want, then they can choose to not have it shown. So that can skew the results. Now let's look at the next link in the chain, and that is the manufacturer. Now, I don't know about you, but I tend to imagine these manufacturers of these products as having these reputations to uphold and having these big companies to be able to afford to get the best stuff, when in reality, this can be as simple as somebody in their mom's basement working on these supplements. There's very little regulation when it comes to supplements. So a couple of things that you can do is, on the research side, there's a website called examine.com, and it's very user-friendly, and it can help you see what the findings are, what the studies actually say about different supplements. And then on the manufacturer side, it can be a good idea to stay away from things like proprietary blends, because essentially what that means is that the manufacturer can take any combination of ingredients that he wants, throw it into a supplement called a proprietary blend, and he's off to the races. And so sometimes manufacturers will put in a lot of filler crap that's cheap, but then hold something back because it's more expensive, and just put a little bit in so that way they can still claim it's in there, but you have no idea how much. And so you want to get things that actually tell you exactly how much is in that product. This has been an issue with a lot of supplements that have especially been more of a commodity. They're all competing on price, and so it's a race to the bottom. So they're always cutting out things from their ingredients that cost money. And so, for example, if you're buying protein powder, you want to make sure it has at least 2.7 grams of leucine for every 25 grams of protein, because leucine is a more expensive amino acid. And so a lot of times these manufacturers won't put it in, or will put it in very small amounts so that they can claim it's in there without actually having enough to do any good. The last thing is, sometimes you can get supplements that have everything that's in it, but because the manufacturing is so shoddy, there's also a lot of other stuff. So it could be tainted with heavy metals or illegal substances. So it is a bit of a murky world, and you want to be careful and go with reputable brands and to stick with things that actually show you the ingredients. Another way to protect yourself is to look for one of two labels, and that is either USP or NSF. Those are third-party testing companies that will make sure that what the supplement claims is what's actually in the bottle. So I hope this helps you out. Don't be afraid to take supplements, but know that there are a few risks that come with taking something that's in an industry that's very unregulated. Awesome, guys.